All right, so the competition for power is both simple and complex. Well, how could it be both simple and complex? Well, I'm going to explain. So first of all, the competition for power is about building something. What is it about? What are we building? The planet Earth and the human society living on it. So, anytime humans build something, they go through 3 steps. Plan, power, construction. You want a caveman wants to build a spear. First thing they do is imagine it in their head. You know, they think about where they could get the materials to build that spear, and the process that needs to be done to make that spear. Then they move to step 2, power. Now the power to build a spear comes from muscles and knowledge. So they have the muscle, they have the knowledge, they move to step 3, construction. They go get the materials and they build their spear. The same can be said for building a house. First thing you do when you build a house is plan it out. Think about what kind of house you want. You want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with an attached garage, okay? Maybe you hire someone to help you plan it, help you draw out the blueprints. Then you move to step 2, power. Well, in the case of a house, money is power. Money gives you the ability to hire workers and buy building materials. Then you can move to step 3, which is constructing the house, building the house. So everything we build goes through these 3 steps, including the competition for power. Now, the reason I call it the competition for power is we haven't got to step 2. We're trying to get to step 2. We're trying to get the power which I call K-power, the power to get everyone to agree on one plan. Problem is we have many plans and we can't agree on which one. So I was using the word submission, but I got a lot of pushback on this word. Now this is because of manipulation due to the competition for power, but because of all the pushback I've gotten over this word, I switched to the word agree. We're not submitting, we're agreeing. Same thing, but maybe people could feel better about that word. So we all have to agree on one plan, but we can't do it. We can't agree. We can't come to that agreement. Now, as I've mentioned before, there are 3 methods we could use to get people to agree. Those methods are voluntary agreement, agreement through trade, and agreement through coercion. We're trying to use all 3 of those methods. This is where the complexity comes in. We can't succeed. No one has been able to succeed. And there's all these things going on, trying to get everybody to agree on one plan. There's all this manipulation being used, including getting people to believe that submission is a bad thing. There's wars going on, and all these things like cancel culture, trying to coerce people to agree on a plan. You know, there's just all these undercurrents and all this stuff going on, which is all aimed at getting us to agree on a plan, so we could finally build the world the way, well, in a plan way. One plan. There could only be one plan for the world. That's the problem. There can only be one. So we're fighting, competing, and it's making us stupid. It's causing a lot of death and destruction. And in the end, it might cause our extinction. But that's the complexity of the competition for power, because we can't get to step 2. The steps are easy to understand. It's simple. Plan, power, construction. But we've got many plans. That's the problem. We can't decide on one. We can't get the power to get everyone to agree, whether it's through coercion, through trade, or through voluntary agreement. There's a lot of people who just want voluntary agreement. It's kind of ridiculous pipe dream, but you could try that method if you want. I think it's a losing strategy, but anyways, that's all part of this, and all the manipulation that's going on, the tricks, the cons that are being used. It's insanely complicated. The wars that are being fought, the justifications, there's so much. It's so much of a mess that people don't even understand it. They don't even see it. They're blinded by the mess. All they see is this giant mess, and they don't understand what's going on. Well, what's going on is we're trying to decide on a plan. We're trying to decide on a plan to make the world the way we want it to be. And we can't agree. We can't get everyone to agree, whether it's by coercion, trade, voluntary agreement, or all of the above. We can't get everyone to agree. And that's where the complexity comes in. So we have this giant mess, and as I've said before, there are only 2 ways for it to end: extinction or world submission, or world agreement on one plan.